Welcome everybody to some playoff action here at the Call of Duty Rec League. I'm Jake here with CNK today, back on the cast for one more time. Atlanta Dazed versus Chicago Hunted, Iron Premade, and we're a little late to the start of this one.
Yeah, I mean, this one kicked off a little bit, only 15 seconds left in that first hard point, but we're already moving Chicago Hunted up to a little bit of a 10-point lead, but P2 about to pop off. We'll see what team can go for that. Chicago Hunted trying to get a nice little setup going for that, but Atlanta Dazed going to try to push on in. Nice little semifinal match on stream for us today, Jake. It's a good time to come back, baby.
No, it most certainly is, and we got a bang out here so far, 35-14. So Chicago Hunted are off to what you would say the better start, but with the way that Vista is, you really never know what's going to happen now, do you? Chicago Hunted on the point for now. Atlanta Dazed going to be spawning a little bit far out, and it looks like Frosty Season, he's got that middle map controlled.
That guy's absolutely popping off. I say popping off. He's 2-3, but he is going to get it done. Both of his teammates up to 4 kills, and he's got another one up to 7. I mean, these guys over in Chicago slaying out a little bit right now, but Atlanta are going to get on that P2 time temporarily here. We'll see if Chicago is going to commit to a full rotation. They're a little bit on the wrong side of the map right now. It looks like one of them might be a little bit AFK or something. Got a little controller issue. Who knows? But Atlanta Dazed nonetheless going to get a little bit of time off that P2. Not much at all. Chicago pick up most of the last of it there. But this P3 going to be massive. Chicago Hunted trying to regroup to break this one here. It looks like they've got 2 guys already over there. Atlanta Dazed trying to collapse on that off their spawns as well.
Oh, no.
That's not good.
And a root beer, he dies to the sandbox. So, I mean, if you're going to jump out of the map, you better have a good way to get back on, because we see him jump out of there. But Atlanta Dazed going to be retaining time for now, and this is definitely a good opportunity for them to get back into this one. You see number 6 pinching around the back. They might be able to funnel on this hill, and they do.
They just push right on in, pick up 2 kills right there. They're already set up and waiting. Luca, though, trying to make a play, does get taken down as well. His teammates trying to follow up, but not much they could do right off the bat. They pick up 1, they pick up a second, but the kills still come in. Chicago with the trades. I mean, off to a great lead right now as they're up by 60. Trying to defend off. Another push coming from Atlanta. As 2 players pushing on in. We'll see what can happen here, but our boy Long is absolutely holding it down behind the bar. Picks up another on a 4 streak right now. Started with 4, now on 8. Almost gets the pistol kill, but Luca gets the double. Take the last 10 seconds. The rotation of P4 is going to be in. Chicago Hunted once again. Phenomenal rotation here out of them.
I mean, the only upside for Atlanta Dazed is this P4 is not too far away from that P3, but the kill's going Chicago Hunted's way, so it's really only going to be Fern in the back now to kind of make a play, and he does need to play his life just to buy some time for his teammate's big kill right there. You got Fizzy on that point for the time being, but there are a lot of players flooding around. They are going to find those kills, and now it's kind of a flip situation. Atlanta Dazed spawning on number 7 there, so they're going to have to flood this guy out.
And the push is coming in from Chicago Hunted as multiple players push in, but Atlanta Dazed, the counter push comes as well, as you can get 2 kills from Ungi right there, and Fern picks up 1 as well. 1 Chicago player left. He goes down. Fern with a little double kill for himself there. Some decent time going their way as the rotation of P5 is going to be controlled by Chicago Hunted. They've done a good job with these rotations. We'll see if they can hold this one down, get a little bit of a better setup going. But Atlanta Dazed, they pick up some pretty healthy time here if they get that last 10 seconds. But still looks like they're going to abandon it to opt for the rotation, but some kills going back and forth. Is Atlanta Dazed trying to push towards this P5?
Yeah, and so this is going to be that bridge hill. You see player 2, player 4, player 5, and player 7 a little bit far away, so Atlanta Dazed are going to have a pretty solid push right here, but the kills going the way of Chicago Hunted so far. They have just looked so solid. You look at that slaying from that side. Only 1 player not completely positive, and it's Frosty Season, who's sitting at 8-8. So everybody on the team doing their part, no doubt about it. You got Fizzy locking down that time for now, and they're about to hit that 150 mark, and that's where things really get dangerous for Atlanta Dazed.
Yeah, I mean, things are getting a little dangerous indeed, but Atlanta Dazed, nice little break going on here. There's 30 seconds up for grabs here. Getting up to 90 points going into that next P1 would be pretty big, but Chicago Hunted not counting this one out yet. They've got their rotation set up, starting to go for P1, but they got to worry about Ziggy, who's sneaking around the back, picks up 1, looking for a little bit more as well. As his teammates trying to come up, right? They're trying to move on up as well, but I mean, Chicago Hunted here trying to flood towards the back of P5 still, while also somewhat trying to get some P1 control, but Atlanta Dazed is going to maintain that middle map control at the moment.
And this may be the opportunity for Atlanta Dazed to turn things around. Frost Season gets cut down. Ungi on a 4 streak, you know, not too far off of that cruise missile. And that could be a way to turn those tides. The most important thing to worry about, though, is those kills. Root Beer pinching around the back, but it looks like player 4 are going to be ready for it. They cannot find the kills, though. So they do kind of close that gap just a little bit, but it's going to be a big 40 seconds on this P1 to go. So they're going to have to fight back in here, and Chicago Hunted still expanding that lead.
Chicago Hunted have looked absolutely phenomenal on this map so far. The slaying coming in, the rotations, the setups, you name it. But Atlanta Dazed, they've had a couple of really good plays. We'll see if they can pull something together to get a little bit of this P1 time and get the P2 control at the same time. Ziggy picking up 2, looking for a little bit more. His teammate Fern picks up 1. The kills going their way. They should get the last 15 seconds there on P1. The rotation of P2 is also in. Chicago trying to push this one out. All 4 players alive, all 4 players pushing. Gonna lose 1 right off the bat. Chicago Hunted, though, gonna get a nice trade immediately. Some kills back and forth, but Ziggy 1 off that cruise. Has to try to pick this up.
Oh. And Ziggy is finessing. Player 6, though, he has found his way around, but Ziggy's going to pick that one up. So that cruise missile in his back pocket, like you pointed out. 2 more to go. He finds them both. And a big string of kills for Atlanta Dazed right there. Not only are they able to string that P1 toward the P2, but now they find that second wave. So they can finally find their way back into this game. As I say that, Fern gets cut down off that hill, but Ziggy, he's still around. The nade kill is there, and Atlanta Dazed, they still have the pressure.
Yeah, Atlanta Dazed now only up by 40, but getting a little bit of this P2 time now going their way. Ziggy did just go on a 9 streak before going down. Guy's an absolute beast, but we'll see if Atlanta Dazed can get that slaying power right on back here. There's some kills coming in their way. It looks like never mind. Chicago Hunted going to get it done on this P2. The P3 roto once again. This time, Atlanta Dazed is going to be here set up and waiting. We'll see if Chicago can get a nice solid push going together. I mean, Frosty, the trigger discipline is crazy right now. He's going to pick this one up. He's trying to get his teammates pushed up the map. 2 kills going their way. That's going to be a massive advantage. Make it 3. 1 player left. Atlanta Dazed. Luca by himself has to make a play. Does get taken down immediately. This Root Beer guy has been amazing all day.
And an enormous crunch onto that hill from the Chicago Hunted allows them to sneak on in there. Now Atlanta Dazed fighting from behind. You're going to see Ungi slide on in there, but Chicago Hunted, the team shots are too good. Fizzy with a big 2-piece right there, leaving Luca out to dry. Atlanta Dazed spawning so far away. I'm not sure they can win it here, but they can get darn close, CNK.
I mean, they can get close indeed. I mean, 30 seconds left. Chicago Hunt, this time is going to be some killer time right here. And you got a guy right now, Fizzy, on a 5 streak, trying to get that cruise. The cruise comes in for Atlanta Dazed, picks up absolutely nothing. No one close enough to capitalize on the little bit of distress going on, but 2 kills going their way. That could be somewhat helpful. Chicago Hunted, though, so close to winning. Within 19 points, they've got this rotation starting to go their way towards that P4, picking up some of those kills, but Luca not going to let it end here. Wants to try to do what he can to help his teammates out. Atlanta Dazed need a monster couple hills. Has to start here. But they've got to watch out for the Chicago Hunted players who are pushing in, picking up some massive kills. Ungi by himself, trying to push on up, gets taken down. His teammates spawning way out. The time going towards Chicago, 10 more seconds, and it's going to be over.
Not sure they can make it here in time. You see Ziggy pinching around the back, but he gets cut down, so now it's going to be all up to Luca and Ungi. The kills do come through. Big kills out of Luca and Ziggy right there, but Frosty Season still around. They shouldn't be able to win it off that, but they're spawning so close, deep in the back. One more push, and Chicago Hunted should take home this map 1.
I mean, Chicago Hunted trying to get it done, but Atlanta finally getting a decent hold together here. They have to try to stay alive. I mean, this one's pretty much over, but Chicago not on this time yet. Atlanta Dazed have a chance to win it here. I mean, not win it, sorry, to make a comeback, I guess. But Chicago Hunted, though, rotating to the P5. Going to get a nice, simple setup going. All they got to do is pick up 3 seconds, and this one's over. Atlanta Dazed sending 3 players to get it done. The team kill might help them out a little bit, but they still have to make some pretty big money moves here as Chicago Hunted set up and waiting. Frosty, top of the bridge, trying to get something done. Does get taken down. Atlanta Dazed maybe with a chance.
Luca's gonna have to find this player, but the rest of Chicago Hunted close by, and they are going to be able to close it out right there. So Chicago Hunted take home the map 1 in these Iron Premade semifinals, and boy, did they look darn good. They didn't win 250-0, but they still had a very good showing out there on Vista Hardpoint. I mean, the slaying was the most important.
Team's ready to go. I'm excited to see what Chicago brings to the table after that phenomenal map 1, but Atlanta Dazed, the bounce back is now, right? You got to make something happen. You're on the attacking side. Let's bring that power on over to Chicago and kind of get what's up.
You know, a map like Rio, I feel like we are going to have our fair share of fights toward mid. It looks like that is exactly where we are going so far. Good team shots. Oh, Fern cutting down his teammate. That is not a good first blood to the game.
I mean, hitting a bathroom break and then coming back with a clean kill ain't great. But now it's going to be a 1v3 Ziggy by himself up against 3 players on Chicago. Easy offensive side, the bomb down in a pretty bad spot. He almost hits the 180 turn and burn, but doesn't get it done. Chicago hunted with a nice clean round. Get it done there. And just like that, looking up 1-0 on the series and 1-0 in the S&D.
Oh, Ziggy's moving quick. I mean, that is a quick turnaround. Frosty isn't able to close it out, though. Big round 1 for Chicago Hunted, picking up right where they left off. And I feel like if you're gonna do it, if you're gonna win a series like this, you gotta take any sort of momentum you can find, and that is the best way to find the momentum, is to keep it up. Now you're on the offensive end. Let's see if they can do it there too.
Let's see what the boys got on the board for us. They're trying to hit out towards that B objective. The first nade kill comes in. Massive first blood for them. But Ungi, he's going to get a nice trade. Fizzy gets behind one, picks him up. Fizzy just like that. The player we saw making some smart plays in the S&D. Doing it again here. I'm sorry, in the hard point, that is. Doing it again here in the S&D. 2v3 on the map, but the massive flank coming in from Fern right now. Sorry, Ziggy, that is. Let's see what he can get with that. 1v3 now for him. Picks up one. Going for the second. Does get taken down in Chicago. Get it done.
And they're looking like a well-oiled machine. They are, CNK. 2-0 now up in the search and destroy. And to kind of go back to what we were talking about before, it doesn't necessarily look like the Chicago team is just amazing at respawn. It looks like they have their fair share of prowess in the search and destroy game mode as well. Fizzy, like you pointed out, already up to 2-0, kind of inching toward that cruise missile that we love to talk about.
I mean, let's get it done. The cruise missile is one of my favorite things on the planet. You want to know why it's amazing, Jake? Because it goes to trophies now. It's actually usable. Sorry, I'm just blowing up a little bit. But Atlanta Dazed, they get the bomb in their hands. Down 0-2. We'll see what they can get done here. Chicago Hunted, they've got a couple players countering towards this A side. There's going to be 2 there. We'll see what they can get done. Some nice shots coming in. That's going to be a big kill for Zong. We started long. I mean, geez, the 2 big kills coming in right there. The side of Chicago.
That on Zong, man. 2-2 so far. Yeah, that's Zong from now on. Hopefully he doesn't take that the wrong way. Because some people are pretty particular about their names, but I think his specifically is not a name that we really need to be particular about, because I think everybody on stream can read it, and I'm not sure we should say the full version.
You know, if he makes a big play, I'll say it. Just for his credit, I'm just saying.
That's fair.
But 2v2 on the map. Nice little bounce back here from Atlanta. They were down 2. They lost the first blood and second blood. They do bring it back, get 2 big kills. Ooh, the shoulder peek's coming in from Luca. That's what I like to see. Not risking it there, but not a ton of time. They have to go get this bomb planted. They're going to hard charge over towards B, but guess what? Frosty's going to be behind you in no time at all. You got to get this bomb down. It's going to start going down. Chicago, though. The flank coming in from Ungi as well. Little gunfight going on towards the A side of the map. It goes the way of Chicago. Now going to be a 1v2. And Fizzy on a 5.
Luca trying to do what he can. In this clutch scenario, it'd be so good to put 1 on the board for your team, just buying as much time. And it looks like Luca is reading the situation quite well. Gets that bomb check, gets the information as well. And I don't think Frosty Season spots him. They've yet to hop on the bomb, CNK.
Time is now. Luca picks up the first kill. The second player has to try to make a move. He hops off the bomb. He's going to hunt for the kill. Luca, though, gets pushed out. The kill goes the way of Fizzy. He's got to get back to the bomb. You got to run, buddy. He needs 7.5 seconds. I think he's 7-6. I think it's 7-6. There's no way. Come on, buddy. You got this, Fizzy. You got this. You got this. Point 1. Let's go. Hey, easy dub. Never a question.
Yeah, I thought it was good, too. I didn't even worry about it at all. Chicago hunted 3 on the board. And they didn't even break a sweat in that round, I would say. I mean, they take home the map 1, and they are looking cool, calm, and collected in the map 2.
Not half bad. Not a Fizzy. He not only picks up the cruise missile by getting the last kill, he also defuses the bomb with 0.1 left, which is pretty casual. I mean, that's just a Fizzy play right there. See it all the time. But he's currently 6-0 on the map, leading his team on over to A. They've got the bomb in hand. They're up 3-0, feeling very confident. The bomb already looking like it might start getting planted right here. They've got full A-side control. They're pushing through. Luca, though, with a big first blood for his team. That's going to help out tremendously. We'll see if Fizzy can get something going, but Ungi on a flank as well. They have no ideas here.
Such a big flank now, especially in the 2v4 situation. Chicago hunted both trapped in the garage area. The Tax and nades are going all over the place. Fizzy versus 4 is able to find one, but that's going to do it in a big way to put one on the board for Atlanta Dazed. Chicago Hunted try to do the offbeat play of going toward that opposite bomb site. But, I mean, once they get that bomb down, I was starting to get a little worried for Atlanta Dazed. They didn't send anybody over there, but Chicago Hunted, I mean, it just kind of allowed Atlanta Dazed to wrap around the map, and they got completely pinched in.
You know, I have noticed Atlanta really does love the flanks. It doesn't matter if it was the hard point or this S&D. They really love to go on those long flanks. A lot of times, though, they've got teammates dying before the flanks really come into full effect, and it's just a little bit too late. But worked out here flawlessly. Get a nice round win there. Only down 1-3 now. That 2-round deficit, not too bad. But now they're on the attacking side. Bomb in hand. It looks like they're opting for a B-side attack once again, getting a little aggressive on the outside of the map. We'll see if they can get themselves pushed on up. Chicago Hunted trying to counter this one out. Just some nice grenades and stuns coming out, but Atlanta Dazed bomb should be going down here shortly. It's still moving up the map, though.
Yeah, player 2 had to sneak through that right side, but this bomb is still free for the planting. Player 7 doesn't look like they're going to make a play. Fizzy just taking the time. Looks like they're playing full retake here, but player 5 might run into player 1. It looks like Atlanta Dazed got all of their ducks in a row.
We had all the ducks in a row indeed as the first blood comes in as well. Going to be absolutely massive. Chicago, though, the push comes in. They got 2 kills going the way of Atlanta. 1 going to get traded out. Now a 1v3. Frosty by himself has to make a big hero play here to win the round. And he's still checking the back of the map. He's a little worried about every single corner.
They have the information as well, as Ziggy did get into a fight in Frosty season earlier on, but did end up running away with 12 seconds left on the clock. This clutch is going to be impossible, so let's see how many Frosty can take home. The answer is 1, but Atlanta Dazed get 1 round of their own. They put their second on the board, and they're closing the gap right now, but still in dangerous territory. Anytime you're down 3-0, it's like, it seems like it's such an uphill battle from there on out, but if they can even the odds here at 3, I think we really got a game on our hands here, CNK.
I mean, it's a tough feeling, right? I mean, when you're down 0-3 and you're like, ooh, boys, we got to make a play now or it's going to get even worse. That 0-4 looks so bad on a scoreboard, eh? But when you make the comeback, though, and you win it 6-4, just saying. No, but 2 big rounds in a row from Atlanta. We'll see if they can get another defensive round here. That's where the comeback started. But Chicago Hunted, once again, bomb in hand, trying to make a play. They have a little bit of info towards this B site. They're going to know that Ungi is here, but Ungi, he's not afraid to get down and dirty. He's going to sit up, sit tight. He's going to wait for his teammates to make a play.
Nade does not connect, but it looks like Chicago Hunted are a little bit weary, but Frosty Season finds that pinch. The trade comes in, though, however, and that's going to be bombed down. I'm not sure Fern knows about it, but he's wise to not move from his positioning. He is definitely the most important player in the situation, but I'm not sure they're going to read into the deep flank. Big kill right here. And Zong, he is able to even the odds here, making it 3-2 life count. And now it's Luca all alone.
Luca trying to make a play and does just that. He's going to make it a 1v2. That's going to help a little bit here. Trying to throw off the go cam there, make sure no one can track where he's going. Like that play, always helpful. But now Atlanta Dazed. We've got Fizzy and Zong trying to make a play here. Technically on defense, now that they got the bomb planted, right? You got the timing in your favor. Luca, though, he likes to hit these backside of the maps here. He's got the full flank going on. No one knows he's here, but the check is going to come in. He wins the first gunfight. The second one in garage. I think he spotted him out just a little bit there. Maybe a chance to hop this bomb, but Fizzy wrapping all the way around. Loved it. See this? He's trying to get to that dumpster check.
This is going to be a very difficult situation for Luca to win. And Fizzy is also going to give up his timing. He doesn't have the angle on the bomb, but he's not going to check it. And Luca not hopping on that bomb. He finds the kill, but the round goes the way of Chicago Hunted. Another one on the board for them.
Big offensive round coming in there as well from Chicago. They lose 2 in a row, and they're not going to lose a third. That's for sure. They get it to 4-2. Nice little lead going for Chicago in this map, too. Remember, they did win that map 1, so looking very good right now. If you can go up 2-0 in this series in the semifinals of the Iron Premade division, you're going to be looking very strong going into map 3. But you still got to win this one. Atlanta Dazed definitely not out of this. We saw them win 2 in a row before. We'll see if they can do it again. Once again, they are back on the offensive side. So see if they can make a play this time around. Chicago, though, getting very aggressive on the B side. To full flooding it right now, and they're running right on through, but Fern going to get the first blood. Could collapse the entire setup as they lose 2. And just like that, Luca hunting as well. 3 dead. Chicago Hunted have 1 player left to make a play.
and Ziggy. It happens off screen, but he absolutely finesses to stay alive there in that situation. But Frosty on the deep pinch, the smoke goes down, but whoa, okay, Atlanta Dazed. They put a round on the board off a big kill right there. I'm not sure exactly who that was, but I'm sure we'll see in the kill cam, CNK.
I mean, look at this kill cam back. Luca up to 10 kills, only 4. I mean, Luca's been popping off. Big kill right there on Frosty as well, just to cement it. Just to cement it, right? Hey, we like Canada around here. It's not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. They got some good hockey teams. That's something. Yeah, that's
big
about all I can say
Canada
about
guy. Big Canada guy, Luca. He's got 10 on the board so far. He's putting on for his country, and see if they can take home this game as well. 3-4. I mean, I've seen crazier things happen. This would not be crazy at all. And I feel like if you're Chicago hunted now, you know, now might be the time you invest that cruise missile, but after that first blood, you might want to think twice.
I think that's been their problem, too. They get so many first bloods, they're afraid to use it. They're afraid they're wasting it. But now, Luca was just on a 5, does get taken down. Big kill on the board for Chicago, just shutting down the best player on the opposite team. But Ziggy, I tell you what, this guy's always hitting some nasty shots. It's a nice little head glitch going for us there, but it's going to be a 2v2. Fizzy, gotta move up on the B side of the map. Being nice and careful. He's got a player behind him in Fern. He doesn't know that, but I mean, he's a little far behind him, but still. Fizzy just looping all the way around, trying to regroup with his teammate, it looks like. Him and Frosty trying to make a play together here. Oh, Fern, he's on that A-bomb site. Sorry, B-bomb site. Doesn't spot him out, though. So Fizzy's going to have a free chance to push over to A here, as both teams opting to play in their duos, which I really love to see.
Fizzy has wrapped all the way around the map and has found their way right back onto this A side, but it looks like Atlanta Dazed are kind of reading into this. You got Frosty Season set up to play for that check spot heady, but that leaves Fizzy left all alone. Another wrap comes in. Can Fern find the kill? I'm not sure. The shots are not there, but Ziggy's hopped on that bomb.
You gotta go. I mean, Ziggy's just on the bomb. He gets it done. He says, shout out Fern for pushing. I mean, the flank was just a little bit too long there coming in from Chicago, and Atlanta Dazed tied things up 4-4. I mean, a phenomenal play.
I like the wherewithal to hop onto that bomb. I mean, once you see that it's kind of planted for the opposite side of boxes, I mean, you're free to just hop on that bad boy, and that is exactly what happens. Atlanta Dazed not slowing down one bit. They make the comeback happen. They even up at 4 now, and now it's anybody's game, but you guys still got to remember, in the back pocket of Fizzy is a cruise missile.
Hey, crazy stat for you. That was the first round somebody won where they didn't get the first blood. Every single round outside of that one, the team that got first blood won the round. So I'm just, hey, just saying.
Mr. Stats over here.
Hey, little stat man. Yeah, but Chicago on defense now. Things are tied up 4-4. Maybe getting a little bit scary for the boys. But Atlanta Dazed trying to move up. They get the first blood again. Here we go. You know what the stats say. But now they get the second kill as well. But Zong does get a kill, does go down. Now 1v3 for Root Beer. This guy was an absolute menace in map 1. We'll see if he can bring it back here, win a 1v3.
It looks like they're a little nervous to put that bomb down. They don't have any information on AW Root Beer right here. But now, can he find the kill? No, he will not. Tough situations right there. Now that they have the information, this round is going to be even more difficult to win than it was before. 30 seconds left on the clock. It looks like Ungi is kind of honing in on him. See if the kill comes through, finding the good timing. The turnaround not quick enough, and Atlanta Dazed. Now they put themselves at map point here.
I mean, what a comeback, right? Hey, you start down 0-3. You get one round on the board, and you just start climbing from there. It's 2-4 at one point in time, but guess what? Now you're in the lead, 5-4, looking absolutely phenomenal on the map, ready to go. This Atlanta team firing on all cylinders. Their flanks are coming in a lot faster now. Originally at the start of the map, their flanks were just way too long, right? And now they're playing a little bit more together as a team. And when they do go on flanks, it's a little bit more controlled. It's a little bit more pace, like on pace, right? But now Atlanta Dazed, they're on the defensive side. We'll see how they can use that to their advantage here as they get a little bit aggressive on the B-bomb site, just making sure they don't lose side control right away. But Chicago, they're going towards A. 2 players to beat out, and guess what? Ziggy with a massive first blood, going to be a big start for Atlanta. Cruise missile
does get called in by Fizzy. Can it find anything? I'm not sure it will. Looks like the push is coming through. It does find Ziggy right there. So the odds are a little bit even, but you got to watch out for Ungi and Fern, and it looks like that's exactly what Root Beer does, but Fern still finds it. That's bombed down. You see Luca, he's coming in fast.
Yeah, Luca trying to close things down right now. Zong by himself is going to get taken down by Luca. Luca with the 2 kills that ended Atlanta Dazed win it in a 6-4 fashion after starting down 0-3. Absolutely phenomenal out of them.
They really turned that game on its head in an instant right there. Atlanta Dazed, they come to play, and they show exactly how they've got it. This map 3, starting a little bit late again, but not too late. We got invasion control. Everybody knows it. Everybody loves it. And we got Chicago hunted on the defensive end to start things out, and everything looks pretty even so far, but we are fighting for this A point, it seems.
Yeah, it's very interesting. Not a lot of times you see a second push from Atlanta, like out of a team that's on offense right off the bat, and it's successful, right? I mean, they get the second push after going 4 down. They push on up. They're on the point. They're stacking the point. Word to Jim's. The guys back from Europe already telling us they got 4 players on the hill. What's going on right now? This thing is flying by right now. Chicago trying to push in. Nothing they can do. All 3 ticks down. Just like that, the B point, only thing left. Chicago have to try to rotate to stop that one, but Ungi, he's going to already be over there. We'll see if he can get the early kill onto Rootbeer. Rootbeer, though, reads it like a book, gets that kill down. His teammates don't got to start clutching up because they already lost A.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think, like, how exactly Atlanta Dazed got back to A so fast, and I have to assume they did not spawn ice cream. I want to look back in the VOD on that one. But with that being said, Chicago hunted, they are putting the spawn trap into play. You see those 2 players at the tank area, and you got Frosty locking down that left side of the map, staying alive. Only on a 2 streak so far, but they are going to have to fight him if they want to get through this spawn trap.
Yeah, the spawn trap looking absolutely fantastic right now. Exactly what Chicago needs right now. Talk about our boy. Hey, Zong and it done. Doesn't quite deserve the name. We're getting there, though. But wow. Chicago, after a very bad start, looking absolutely phenomenal as Zong on a 5 streak, trying to get himself up to that 6. The cruise missile would be really nice right about that. But look at Frosty. This guy's being a little bit cheeky. He does get taken down, gets spotted out. But some kills coming in from Atlanta Dazed as Fern picks up 2. They still have a minute to work with and 12 lives. Plenty of time to get on the B objective here. Chicago has to start to clutch up, get some big kills coming in. There we go.
And most certainly do, but Chicago hunted. I mean, they have really done a fantastic job. As I say that, though, Atlanta Dazed, they kind of clear the pathway. They got 4 players nearby right now. Frosty's in the last line of defense. They are able to find one, but Fern is going to trade that out. You can hop on that point right now, though, but Fern picks up the flank. Perfect timing, and now all of Chicago hunted are in front of you. 3 stack that point. Word to Jim's, like CNK said, 2 ticks on the board. And are they going to be able to fight onto this point? I'm not sure they will. They got people watching over top. They can test here. We're shooting teammates. This is crazy, but Frosty Season does a good job of finding that 2-piece, but it's not over yet.
Luca from downtown trying to get it done. Oh, he gets the kill. He's got a chance to get it done with the pistol here in hand. He's even trying to push up to help him out, but Chicago hunted are here. This is going to be a little bit sketchy. He gets the kill. A couple more players from Chicago close by, but no one close enough to hop on the time. Just like that, they clutch up. They win the round 1 offense. And Atlanta Dazed, I tell you what, looking really good.
And that's gotta be a little bit of deflation right there for the Chicago hunted. I mean, you go into the invasion control after that map 2 loss, you say, all right, guys, let's take home this round 1 defense. And then after that, everything does not necessarily go to plan. Atlanta Dazed, nobody really doing crazy stuff. I mean, Luca on a 5 streak, so really closes out that round on a heater, 1 off of that cruise missile, which can be very powerful on this map if you want to get him off of that B point. So that's something to look forward to in the future. But for now, I'm sure Chicago hunted, they got their eyes set on winning this offense.
The A push coming in, as we see teams do, but Luca with a nice first blood gonna open things up for his team on the defensive side. But Zong, he's going to bounce right back, get a nice kill there. Fizzy with a chance to collapse on this hill, gets the player in the hill. It's going to start getting some time. His teammates trying to push on up to help him out. The stack should be in shortly. 2 players on, a third one about to be on as well. Chicago doing exactly what Atlanta did to them. They got to be careful with the lives here, though. Can't lose anybody, but Ungi, a little quick flank, picks up 1, picks up a second one. Going to be massive for his team. The second tick not secured quite yet as Fern cleans up the third. Chicago already rotating for that B point. It looks like, oh, maybe going to push on through. Want to go back towards A. That second tick on A all the way gone.
Chicago hunted, taking their time for now. Big first blood out of them. Atlanta Dazed, they were ready for the B push, but Chicago hunted, trying to take a page out of the Atlanta Dazed book. They're hitting A yet again. They already got 2 players on that point, but Ziggy with a big kill. Atlanta Dazed doing a great fair share of defense right there. They're going to collapse onto that last player, and I'm really liking the teamwork that I'm seeing out of Atlanta Dazed. That was a flawless retake. And you leave Luca on B to make sure nobody gets too overzealous over there. But Chicago hunted, they are flying. They got 2 players stacked on that point, and they're finding the kills as well.
Oh, Two big kills going their way. Luca from up top gets taken down as well. Chicago, the sling starting to look like that map won there for a second. Things could get pretty spicy. They've already got a player rotating over. Frosty just trying to make a little bit of a mess of the middle of the map so that when the B point's gone, his teammates have a little bit of a window to push on up. And just like that, that's going to happen. The B point is going to be captured here momentarily. Zong, though, he's going to be pushed up, ready to make a move. Couple players in that point, which could get a little sketchy pretty quickly there for Atlanta if that gets pushed and both players go down. But the player on the back tank is going to get taken down just like that. The opportunity comes alive. Fizzy picks up one more on the hill that is going to be a little bit weak, maybe. You know, Ungi full health. Pushes on out, picks up some big kills, though, too, for him. But Root Beer picking up some massive ones there. Big double kill. The A point now going down fairly quickly. Only one player on, but the stack not needed when Root Beer's slaying like this. He's on a 5 streak looking for the 6 before going down. He was wreaking havoc on those spawns. The teammates of Chicago trying to push up the map. Frosty by himself 12 and 9. The third take working it out. And just like that, he's finally going to die, but his teammates are here to clean up.
And they should be able to get this final 8 tick. They find that kill onto Luca right there, and they're not able to fight back in. Chicago hunted, replicate the Atlanta Dazed round before they get all 6 ticks on the board, and they find that round 2. So now this invasion control is flipped completely on its head off the back of Fizzy, sitting at 18 and 9 currently.
Gee, that's not bad. Hey, that's not half bad. Not half bad. You know, I tell you what, that 18 and 9, that's about the reverse of what I would have on this map right now. 9 and 18 sounds pretty comfortable for me, though. I mean, only double negative isn't half bad out of me. Just saying. But see what Chicago can do here. They're going to be on the defensive side. Previously, that didn't go very well for them, but I like this out of Atlanta. Pushing that B point right off the bat here. Just changing things up a little bit. The stack is in. You got Ungi just trying to push things out a little bit towards the gas station, trying to maybe get a little bit pushed up for his team. But right now, Atlanta just trying to focus on getting more time on the board.
I'm not sure they even want to fight this at B right here. That capture point is so close to getting pulled through, but Root Beer does find a first blood. That's kind of just for the fun of it. Zong doesn't spot that player on the tank right there. Tough situation, but now you're going to have to find a couple of these kills because Atlanta Dazed, they have so much time on the clock and just about as many lives, 27 to 29, which is not exactly what you expect to see once that B point is already captured.
It really did feel like neither team wanted to fight each other at B, right? Like they were just like avoiding each other like the plague there for a little bit, just trying to wrap around. But now Atlanta Dazed, big straight push coming in here, trying to push out the A side of the map here. We've got one player pushing through middle. We'll see what can happen. Ziggy starting to sneak through, picks up a kill there, maybe a chance to make a play here. One kill going either way. Fern trying to get these wall shots in, but Fizzy in the hill, not phased one bit, picks up 2 big kills. But Ungi back to the map. Does pick up a couple kills back there. We'll see if he can stay alive. But Fizzy, he's just trying to be annoying right now. But he's going to get pushed out by Fern. Gets the kill. Big kill right there for his team. 21 and 9 on the map now.
Fizzy one off of that cruise missile. Atlanta Dazed forced to just take their time. They do find a player into that cafe area, so they might be able to make a play off the back of that, but it looks like Fizzy's reading right into that. You see the crossfire here from Root Beer and Fizzy, but as Fizzy gets backed off, Atlanta Dazed have a route to kind of take right here. Luca still with that cruise missile in the back pocket, but he goes down to Zong. The push is still in. Root Beer far out of the play, putting in some long shots. Ziggy gets picked up, but now Ungi, he finds himself onto this point.
I mean, Ungi gonna sneak through once again, but he's got a player behind him, gets taken down. Fizzy's just wreaking havoc on this hill right now. On his 6 streak now, cruise missile secured for him. His teammates just letting him do his thing on the A point. He's wrapping around. Okay, now he's dead. Luca with a massive cross-map grenade kill. The 3 from half court, getting it down. Just like that, though. Chicago Hunted, the push is still here.
Most certainly are. You got 2 Chicago Hunted players on this A point. Player 6 is going to be Zong. He's got to do something with that positioning, and he does. 13 and 12 right now, having a pretty solid game with 30 seconds left on the clock. The life count is not an issue whatsoever. It's just a matter of if Atlanta Dazed can fight their way to this point. You see player 1 trying to pinch in from long distance. A player spawns directly on top of him, runs right past him. Awkward situation to say the least, but now it's going to be Ziggy left all alone on this map side, on this side of the map, sorry. And with 5 seconds left on the clock, Atlanta Dazed way too far away to make something happen.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to make it happen. Now we get the first defensive win of our map so far. Both teams picking up all 6 rounds in the first 2 rounds there. But now this round 3, going to go the way of Chicago. A little bit more traditional here, right? A defensive win.
Certainly. You know, more of what we would expect on a map like Invasion Control. So let's see if it continues that way, or if the firepower of Chicago Hunted is just too much for the Atlanta Dazed. Reminder to everybody that the scoreboard is a little bit messed up. As you can see, it says that Ziggy's 4-8, but he's actually 12-19. Not trying to say anything about that. That was just an example as to how the scoreboard is messed up. So keep that in mind, chat. But Chicago Hunted an opportunity to close this game out right here. They're at match point, and we did just see them win an offense.
Hey, offenses do look pretty solid. I love to see it when teams can win offenses like that. It's pretty massive. But I mean, Chicago, Ropier doesn't care about getting time right now. He's just trying to go for some kills. It is actually hilarious, but he is going to get taken down. His teammates, though, making some quick work of that B point. I say quick work. I mean, they've got like maybe one guy on it. It's going very slow. Snail's pace over here. They're trying to get that $1 billion in the bank account. But Fern going to pick up the guy on the hill. And just like that, Chicago Hunted going to get pushed back just a little bit, but they're still in the area. Oh, boys on, get it done.
Zong finds a big kill in that broken side, so they should be able to hop on this point. Ungi is going to be pinching from long distance, so let's see how many they can find. Is able to find one, and as Zong pushes up, he's gonna leave Frosty out to dry, but Fizzy, he's found his way on A.
Fizzy could be an absolute menace over there as well. His teammate's still trying to attack the B point slightly here, but Fizzy, he's going to get flanked, and just like that, does get taken down as well, but the distraction could be enough for his teammates to take the B point. All three of them pushing it out. We hear a cruise missile or something coming in. It sounded like for a second. But Ungi doing his thing over on B, though. Staying alive for as long as he possibly could, but now the B point should get captured here momentarily. Atlanta Dazed getting set up and trying to just make sure they have a good, solid hold of this middle of the map and the A point. I want to make sure they're not giving anything up for free.
Maybe a little bit of an overextension from Atlanta Dazed toward that cafe side. Maybe just trying to find those trades from that B capture. You do have player 4 Ungi on that A point. Fern gets picked up. If you're Luca, you might want to call in this cruise missile sooner than later, because things are going to start to get dangerous, and at some point I feel like you have to confirm that you close out this round, as Chicago Hunted are trying to fly on in. Atlanta Dazed, a lot of trade potential here as they are all around the area. The kills are there. It's going to be Zong in that Manny area, but Frosty, he's pinched all the way around the spawn. They're not going to be ready for this.
Ooh, Frosty, maybe a chance to make some massive plays here. This back tank player is going to get taken down now. Frosty, got to be careful with this life. Are going to get shot on the side if you're not careful here, but Chicago pick up 2 big kills there. Maybe a chance to move up the map. His teammates not moving up the map quickly at all. Frosty by himself, going to get soloed out here by Atlanta if he's not too careful, and that does happen. Good collapse there from Atlanta to get their spawns back. Now Chicago, they're pushed from the other side of the map, starting to come on in, as 3 of them are starting to move up the map slowly here, getting some kills along the way. Atlanta, though, just trying to hold up still the best they can.
Life count is in their favor, not by much, and it might not end up mattering. With 27 seconds left on the clock, it's going to be Ungi on that point, and this is when the push comes through for the Chicago Hunted, and they are able to sneak their way onto that point. Frosty Season with the Overwatch as well. The rest of the players so far away, but Frosty Season still popping off. How is he alive over here? Fern does finally able to pick up that kill, but now Fizzy's in the play as well. The kills come in, they fight on in, and now it's going to be Zong versus the world, and I don't think that he's going to do anything of it. He gets cut down, and now the Chicago Hunted, they might have one more push, but they're going to have to move quick.
Yeah, they're going to have to fly. The first kill going their way, though. That could be massive. Frosty opening things up for his team, tagging the player up in the hill. Going to let him know he's there. They get the kill. This is going to be massive for them. A chance to get on it. The player in the back tank, though, still being annoying. They get on the time. Their boys are here and ready. The stack is in. They've got the life advantage as well. Atlanta Dazed, 3 lives remaining. Have to push this out very carefully. But Chicago, the stack is in. Ungi on a quick little flank is going to be able to pick up 1, 2 kills going their way. 2 kills going the way of Chicago. They'll Fern on the contest. 1v1 to get it done. Fizzy dies. And just like that, Atlanta Dazed with a clutch defense.
The 1v1 defense ice. We'll see it in the kill cam one more time from Fern. The lay down around the corner cheese, and it pays off. Finds that final kill. Keeps the Atlanta Dazed alive. But one thing you can say, CNK, is that Chicago have secured that round 5 defense. What we have learned from this game, though, is that does not necessarily matter with these two teams. We've seen both of them pick up an offense of their own. So everybody's going to be on equal playing fields here. Like I said, the scoreboard broken earlier, but if it wasn't, boy, Fern would be having a very quick-paced game.
Shout out to Fern. He's a blast to watch. Every time he's on screen, he's doing something fun. But both these teams ready to go, and I tell you what, the A push once again coming in. This is the classic. Pretty much every team does this, but Fizzy, he's in the hill. This is the guy to watch for. 1-for-1 on the map right there. Could be big to open things up, but Ungi, this guy, he's already pushing the back of the map. Gets a nice kill there. His teammates gonna get ready to start moving here. They want to make a move towards the objective, but Root Beer, he's doing his thing. Fizzy doing his. Luca, though, Street coming in, investing the cruise pretty early here. Doesn't get anything out of it. His teammates also kind of far away there, but nonetheless, tries to get something out of it. Now Ziggy trying to move the map as well.
You have some pressure here from the side of Atlanta Dazed, but as Zong picks up that kill right there onto Ziggy, your pressure kind of falls. Fizzy as well on that point in a very solid spot. And we saw Fizzy, he has a cruise missile. He can opt to use it, and I think you use that if they do end up going to that B point. But it looks like that's exactly what Atlanta Dazed are going to have to do now. You see all those arrows go in that direction, and Chicago Hunters are going to have to move fast because they don't have anybody in this area to fight it.
We'll see what they can get done here. One kill going the way of Fern. Fizzy, though, he's going to call this thing from downtown. The guy's 33 and 18. Let's see if he can bring that out. But Frosty picks up 2. Uses the cruise distraction out. Not the team kill comes in, but he picks up 1. It's a 1-for-1. We'll take it. We'll take it. As Atlanta do get wiped off that B point. Now moving back up the map. 24 seconds remaining. They have to get this time on the clock to help them out here. They are getting some of the kills as well. Chicago not investing too much into this, knowing the A point is much easier to defend.
We need to stack that point. Word to Jims. You got 2 ticks on the clock, but Frosty's still around, and he can make something happen. Is able to find one. Player 4. That's going to be Ungi. Still around to fight for it. Plays the Overwatch play for his teammate Ziggy on that point. So now they capture that. Got a minute left on the clock, but still, once you get that minute timer added, you still don't have much time, CNK. Atlanta Dazed are going to have to move fast if they want to fight their way onto this A point.
I mean, they're going to have to start moving, but they've got to clear out their spawn as well. Rootbeer's all the way nestled up in the back of the map, ready to try to make a play here. He's definitely the guy to watch at the moment as 2 Atlanta players hunting him down. They're wasting so much time to do this. They get some nice shots off on him. They finally call him out. They get the kill. Now Chicago have to defend. Our boy Zong getting it done. First big kill for his team. Fizzy, he's going to be over in this hill again. Fizzy, not the man you want to see, but Atlanta, they've got 3 players very close to this A point. If they get 1 key kill, they've got a chance to just flood this thing and get a stack going.
Fern might be the player to make a play in this current situation. Is able to find one under Root Beer. Ziggy finds another as well. But now with all of them falling, you got the rest of Atlanta Dazed spawn so far away. It's going to be Ziggy left in a position to make a play. Root Beer with a big trade right there. 3v3 scenario on that point. Both of those players are going to spawn up, and of course, Zong is going to spawn closer. Atlanta Dazed is going to have to make a miracle happen if they want to win this map.
I mean, Luca, definitely the guy to get it done, though. We saw him pop off, and the S&D is going to go down there. Nobody's really close here. Ziggy has to make a play now. No health. Has to just rush this thing down. 5 HP and a dream. Does get taken down. And just like that, that's going to be done and dusted. I mean, Chicago should be able to take this one no problem in a 3-2 fashion to get themselves up 2-1 in the series.
Some pretty silly first 2 rounds we saw out of both of these teams, but Chicago hunted. The rest of the game goes per usual, and they are able to find that defensive win after a very close. Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, real hardpoint, no miniguns involved. Thank you, game. But now, here we are. Chicago hunted up 2-1 after a very solid showing in both of the respawns. Atlanta Dazed trying to get this to a map 5 because search and destroy is where they thrive. What's going on?
I mean, Ruby was just like following somebody for a second there, but it worked out. I mean, Chicago hunted, getting some decent time off the start, but I just kind of wish that minigun was still in play. That would have been hilarious off the start. But Atlanta Dazed doing a good job here, picking up some nice solid kills. 20 seconds left on P1. If they can pick up this time, it'll be a nice little start going into their P2 hold they've got going on right now. But let's see who's gonna win this one. Atlanta Dazed trying to get some of those early kills, pushing out a little bit. Chicago hunted trying to push on in. They pick up 2. I think Atlanta Dazed overextending just a little bit here.
Yeah, they allow Root Beer to sneak on through, and now applying some pressure on those back spawns. Ungi reading right into it, though, finds a kill with the help of Ziggy, and now you have this P2 in control. You see Chicago hunted, trying to find a gap. Player 8, Fizzy, pinch all the way around the map, going the long way, and it looks like player 4, Fern, he is reading right into it, but doesn't find the kill. Okay.
Still would be massive. Both these teams still trying to fight over this P2. Atlanta Dazed got a decent little hold going on here, but Chicago hunted still trying to push it in, flooding in as soon as they get guys here. One at a time. It looks like they're losing lives one at a time as well. But Fizzy, I tell you what, this guy did a phenomenal job in the control. We'll see if he can do it again here. But so far, Atlanta looking very clean with it, up by 20 right now. Not letting that map one kind of being down by 60 for the full like first half of the game happen to them. Now they're going to be the ones up, taking advantage of that score line. Now Chicago, though, they do a great job once again rotating to this P3, knowing they've got to get some big time here. They're going to hold up for it.
Yeah, and Atlanta Dazed, kind of like you said, off to a much better start than they had on the first hard point. So you got to think things could be potentially going in their favor. Team looking solid across the board as well. Team kill, so that kind of chalks the vibes a little bit. But Ziggy has found their way in the back. The rest of the team, though, spawning about as far away as you possibly can. Ziggy here, got to stay alive.
And we got to stay alive indeed. The boys ready to do just that. As Chicago hunted, though, they're going to be here. They're going to start to fall as well. Ziggy picks up a 5, looking for the 6. I don't know if he quite got it before he went down, but Luca's getting some kills himself for sure. Atlanta Dazed here up by a decent amount. Still up by about that 40, well, 30, I guess. And getting some decent time here on the P3. Chicago did get braked. Now they're going to try to break on in themselves. We'll see if they can get it done. The kills going the way of Fern, though. I tell you what, not Atlanta Fern. The guy's getting it done, picks up 3.
Big play. Solo play from Fern right there. And Chicago Hunter, they really don't get much time on that P3. And now things get dangerous because Atlanta Dazed in such close proximity to that P4. You see Ungi trying to find his way over there. You got Root Beer to fight through along with Zong holding over top. You get Frosty Season in that corner as well, but the kill's going the way of Atlanta Dazed.
Atlanta Dazed looking absolutely spicy with it at the moment. This could be a massive P4 if they can get some big time here. We'll start to see if it goes down. Chicago Hunter trying to push from the back of the map from the garage side. They're starting to pick up some of these kills. Zon still has not earned the full name title. We'll see if we can bring it out for him. He needs to make a big play for us. We said that earlier, and I still stand true to that. He's going to pick up one here. He's looking good. This might be the time. He's trying to make a play for his team, and he's doing just that. Picks up 3 total. He's getting very close to getting the name title right on back, but Atlanta Dazed try to push on in. They know they got to break this one open. They can't let Chicago get any type of heater moving whatsoever.
Most certainly cannot. Chicago hunted slowly but surely, sneaking their way back into this game, and things starting to turn toward that P5. And we know how mixy this P5 can be, but you still can find your fair share of time on it if you play it right. Chicago Hunted has early rotated their way on over there with player 6 and player 8. It's going to be Zong and Fizzy, but looks like Ungi left out to dry. They're going to have the initial time on the clock, and Root Beer's find his way around the back.
Ooh, shout out to Root Beer. Picks up 2 right there. He's on a 5 right now, looking for the 6. We'll see if he can get it done. Zong also on a 4. We'll see who gets the kill streak going first. Frosty almost makes the double. That would have been crazy, but missed a couple of those shots along the way there. Zong goes down. Now Root Beer, the only man alive to get on that streak, has to get the kill, but Luca rips him apart. Massive kill from Luca there. Once again, a little bit of a logo 3 coming in right there out of Luca. He's doing a good job. He's clutch when you need him.
NBA playoffs. Maybe you should sign Luca. 40-point game now. Chicago Hunt, it's like we said before, really doing a great job of sneaking their way back into this game. This is big scrap time for the Atlanta Dazed. Don't want to see them give this up. It's so close to the P1 now. It's going to be a fight for it. This first wave of kills is going to be everything here. CNK, let's see who comes away with it.
This one could be absolutely massive. But Chicago Hunted getting some nice kills here in the middle of the map. Zong, I tell you what, he's getting awfully close to bringing us all the way back into the name. But Fizzy, a guy that we saw absolutely dominating in the control, going double positive, and he had almost 40 kills, looking to bring it out here again. But look at Ziggy. He's getting Ziggy with the movement. I tell you what, this guy's always got some great movement. We saw it on the map 1 and 2. We'll see it again here in map 4. But Ungi also making a massive play through the middle of the map with 2 big kills. They're making a third. Ungi might be him.
Big play out of Ungi right there. I mean, we are seeing some firepower from the Atlanta Dazed that we didn't necessarily see before. They're putting it all on the line here in this game for elimination point map right here. Ziggy looking for another one, finds it as well. 2 streak for him, 16-9 so far, having an absolutely fantastic game for the boys. And Atlanta Dazed set up for another solid P2. Let's see if they can execute.
Atlanta Dazed looking solid so far, but those 2 kills going the way of Chicago are not going to help. But Ziggy, I tell you what, this is our boy, 17-9. We'll see if he can make some big plays. He's chowing out just a little bit, but Root Beer is here.
No.
Oh, A&W Root Beer is pretty good. Let's see if he gets it done here. Not quite yet. Ziggy with another big kill there. He's on a 4, looking to get that cruise missile for his squad. Some big time once again on the P2 for Atlanta.
Atlanta Dazed maybe a little too close to each other in this hill. You see player 3 start to make the wraparound toward middle of the map, but has to get back to help out Ziggy. Ziggy gets cut down, and now it's going to be Ungi against the world. Can't pop a 3-piece this time. 37 seconds left on the clock. Atlanta Dazed, they have really brought themselves to a big lead here.
I mean, a big lead indeed, but Chicago looking to put a big dent in that as well. But the number 3 player, Ungi, maybe a chance to make a play. This guy's been an absolute savage all series long. When you need him most, he makes plays. But Ziggy going to be the one to do it from the front of the map. We'll see if he can keep it moving. Chicago hunted, get the kills they need. They've gotten the time as well. The rotation to P3 about to come in. Atlanta trying to hard charge over there, knowing they want to get that early time.
Gonna be a big fight at this new hill 3-on-3 situation as you've got Ziggy and Luca trying to fight for it. It's going to be Zong getting cut down there. The spawns are good in the back. You also have Frosty trying to find a pinch right here and wonder how many he can get. Ungi though for now going to be on the point. Ungi and Luca against the rest. How many can they find? They are able to find both of them. 2 more to go. They're doing a great job of playing their lives in this situation. The rest of Atlanta Dazed, they are coming here slowly but surely. Some big plays out of Atlanta Dazed. Fizzy tries to equal the odds here, but now Ziggy 21 and 12 make it 22. Pinches around the back. Those spawns are in their favor, and this is going to be some big crunch time right here, CNK.
I mean, Atlanta getting the close spawns, and they might get those big crunch time all their way, but Ungi with 2 big ones there. Zon, though, trying to make a play. We'll see if he can get it done. Not quite yet. If Atlanta gets all this time, it's going to be really close to taking the map. Chicago, you almost have to contest it, but you also have to rotate. You can't afford to lose either. The rotation coming in. We'll see if Chicago can get on this P4. Atlanta Dazed already here. They've got a couple players ready on standby to grab the time. Chicago down by quite a bit now, down by about 80. Have to make a big play.
Most certainly do. You see player 7 might be in the situation to make that play, able to pick up Ungi and pushes toward the back. But for now, Atlanta Dazed finding so much time right here. It's going to be Ziggy on that oh so powerful white Van Hetty, but Root Beer is going to sneak on in, find his way toward Garage as well. Picks up a second. Big kills right there. The spawns have flipped. Atlanta Dazed, this is kind of their last opportunity to sneak their way back into this game, and they have to do it now.
Chicago hunted, trying to do just that, but Atlanta Dazed now trying to push on back in. They know anytime they get now is just a little bit more of a dagger in the back. Chicago hunted, though. They're on this time. And Root Beer is the guy to have here. But Ziggy, he's going to jump in. The movement's been absolutely phenomenal all night long. And Ziggy, he's going to get the kill mid-reload right there for Root Beer. That last 10 seconds is going to hurt a lot. But now Atlanta trying to rotate for this P5. Ziggy, maybe a chance to cut off a couple players. He's got to reload. They don't see him, though. He picks up one, going for a second one. He is going to get taken down. Root Beer with a little revenge. But right here, Atlanta Dazed on this time. They only need 9 to end it. They are going to get shut down pretty early on that hill, but it's, hey, still 7 more points. Chicago needs a ton more. About 100.
This game so close to going to that game 5. I rise 2 kills from that Semtex right there. Atlanta Dazed just trying to sneak onto that point. Another nade kill right there. It's going to be Fern on this time. And you only got to be on here for 5 more seconds. Chicago hunted, forced to fight for it. They are able to sneak on in, but the kill's still there. Ziggy doing such a good job. Good overwatch from Ungi, jumping off the top rope. Can this be the icing on the cake for Atlanta Dazed? And it is. Atlanta Dazed push it to a map 5. That game seemed like a blur, CNK. Atlanta Dazed go home with the game 4.
They just won 250 to 161. It's the exact opposite of game 1.
Ooh.
That's kind of crazy. I mean, shout out to Atlanta.
Welcome back, everybody. Here we are, game 5, high-rise search and destroy. Obviously, map count 2-2. This is for all the marbles. This is for the chance to get a championship, CNK. Atlanta Dazed versus Chicago hunted, and it's a 3v2 situation. Chicago hunted off to a good start.
All I'm saying is first blood to Chicago. Just saying, I don't want to be that guy. I want to be that guy. But the stats show us in this series, that's a free round win. Nah, I'm just kidding. But, I mean, that's what the stats show. But Atlanta Dazed right now, 2v3, bomb in hand. We'll see if they can make a play. Ungi and Luca, I tell you what, it's quite the duo to have alive right now. And Ungi just, like, kind of snuck through there without being spotted into the B bomb site. This could actually be massive. Chicago hunted, though. Trying to hunt him down. Frost with a big kill there. Gets traded out immediately. Ungi though by himself. Picks up a second. The kickflip is crazy. It's going to be a 1v1 up against Fizzy.
And Fizzy, smart to not jump off that ladder. Ungi was ready for it. Ungi, though, running out of time. The nade comes in, and that might have given away Fizzy just a little bit. Gonna jump down there. Not sure they saw each other. Fizzy with some very solid trigger discipline. Gonna be chasing behind him. 15 seconds left on the clock. I'm not sure Ungi is gonna read into the situation. Oh.
Oh, Fizzy cleans it up, and just like that, his team got the first blood, so he had to secure the victory.
That's what the statistics say. If you want to be put on game, chat, it was very likely that if you got first blood in the game too, that you come home with the round win. So first blood's very important to get in this series specifically. Ungi though, 3 kills in the first round. That's a big start for him.
We're now 10 for 11 on first bloods equal round win. Just saying. Only one round wasn't. So like we're total 10 for 11 now, including that one that just happened. It's pretty crazy. But hey, first bloods matter in Call of Duty, obviously. It's a big thing. It matters in everything. But now both these teams kicking things off. Chicago Hunted now back on offense. I say back on offense. They're on offense for the first time of our high-rise S&D. We'll see if Atlanta Dazed has something tricky for us on defense here to break things open. But Chicago, offensive side for now. Let's see if we can take it nice and easy.
Chicago Hunted may be being too patient, but it pays off in the end of things. They find that first blood. Let's see if another conversion comes through player 2. That's going to be Fern so far out of the play. It's really going to be Ungi left all alone on this bomb site. Going to be forced to make a play. Isn't able to find anything. Now it's going to be Fern against the world. Chicago Hunted in close proximity to going up 2-0 in this map.
Ooh. Maybe potentially they just spotted Fern out as well, so they kind of have an idea of where he's at. We're going to chow him out a little bit. Fern does get taken down just like that. Chicago gonna be up 2-0 nice and quickly there. Big defense and a really, really clean offense as well. They take things nice and slow, and it works out flawlessly, right? They get the kills. They kind of solo people out as well, get some nice 2v1, 3v1 gunfights going.
Yeah, and I mean, a good start for them. Let's not forget CNK that they did go out to a 3-0 start in the initial search and destroy we saw and ended up losing it in 6-4 fashion. So Atlanta Dazed are privy to the comebacks, but Chicago Hunted, I mean, if they get put in that position again, I got to assume they will not give it up. I'm sure we will cross that bridge when we get there, though. Atlanta Dazed back on that offensive end. Ziggy trying to put in some pop shots across the map. Atlanta Dazed, though, leaning toward that B bomb site. Player 8, though, is trying to sneak around that map.
Ooh. We'll see if that MWIII player Frost can make a play. Zong, though, he's going to get shot out pretty good. He's going to get pushed out as well. That's going to be... Oh, he gets the kill, though. Ungi going to get taken down. Big first blood for Chicago once again. And Fern, he's going to spot out this player pushing the back.
Oh.
Frosty getting taken down. Going to tie things up 3-3 in lives.
Busy with that top heli control, which can be so powerful to trade, so back and forth. Let's just see what Fizzy can find there. The shots come through, but that player, that's going to be Luca, gonna stay alive. Allow Fern to come assist for just a moment. And that top heli control gets given up. That bomb, though, it goes down. Luca, though, has a play to make, is able to find Fizzy. Now it's gonna leave Root Beer left all alone in that underground area. I'm pretty sure Luca has no information on this, but Root Beer not making any plays just yet. Just gonna take their time. It looks like we're gonna have a fight here potentially on the A site. Ooh.
Luca gonna go to plant this bomb. We can only imagine. Bomb going down. Root Beer, though, he's gonna check his timing, and just like that, catches him off guard, gets the round win. And for the second time, Chicago Hunted gonna go up 3-0 in an S&D.
Yeah, let's see if they give that up again. I mean, I would have to assume that they could have learned from their mistakes, but I feel like anything could happen on a map like High Rise, a map where you can most certainly win the offense and defensive ends, you know, playing the right way, potentially. Now you got Atlanta Dazed on that defensive end. Had a slow game for Ziggy so far after a very solid map 4. You got to think he'll turn it around at some point. Chicago Hunted, though, looks like they're splitting the map here, just looking for any sort of picks they can get, because as we were talking about before, those first bloods can be so important. Frosty, though, trying to make a lurk.
Frosty on a route. Hopefully he doesn't fall off the map. That would be absolutely terrible. But Zong with a nice first blood there. Frosty behind a player to trigger discipline. Once again, coming in, has to try to secure the kill. Ooh, as I say it, he's going to get him downfield. You got to be careful here, pal.
It was very close. Frosty down to 38 HP right there. But Chicago Hunted, they pick up the kills along the rest of the map. So now it's going to be Ziggy left all alone. Chicago Hunted, they've been looking dangerous in the search and destroy so far. Ziggy, you're going to have to make a huge play if you want to find your first round on the board for the team.
I mean, hey, when you're up against the stats, there's not much you can do. That's 4 first bloods, 4 rounds. Just saying. But I mean, shout out. I mean, Chicago Hunted just doing a great job in this S&D. The teamwork is phenomenal right now. We see the way they're playing the map together, helping each other out in pretty much every gunfight, but also just, you know, getting away as well. I mean, Frosty probably should have died there, but he got lucky and got himself out. And not lucky at all. The movement saved the man. He got it done with the movement. But going to be up 4-0. His team looking absolutely fantastic right now. Remember, this is a semifinal match, game 5. The loser of this is done. They have to wait till next season to play another CRL match. The winner moves on to the finals of the Iron Premade division.
Oh. Looks like some team shots from behind for Luca right there. Tough situation. Looks like Chicago Hunted trying to convert on a second blood as well. Fern, though, with a big kill onto Frosty right there. Kind of pulls the round back into their favor. All of these Atlanta Dazed players stuck in this bottom blue right here, though, which can become dangerous. Long is going to be able to find a kill as well. And it looks like player 5 as well has activated this kill from Ziggy. So big right there. 50 seconds left on the clock. And Chicago Hunted are not going to make any mistakes.
I mean, Fizzy and Root Beer is quite the duo to have alive. What these guys did in the control together is absolutely incredible. Push comes in. Fizzy trying to make a play is going to get taken down. Now going to be a 1v2. Root Beer by himself. On the opposite side of the map right now, he's going to slowly push up, knowing he might be a little bit more safe here. He pushes towards the spawn. Ziggy and Ungi just chilling, right? They know they got to get the bomb down, but they are deathly afraid, it appears right now, of Root Beer. Well, maybe not necessarily Root Beer, but the knowledge of not knowing where he's at all is a little bit scary. But Root Beer might have an idea that this is going to be, especially because the time is ticking down very quickly. Knows these players are going to have to make a move.
Oh. Nade comes in just a little late, and you're going to have Ziggy at this top propane area. You got to hope that bad boy does not explode, but the big kill from Ziggy right there gets Atlanta Dazed first round on the board. That could be the start of the tides turning, but hey, it's only one round. And Chicago Hunted, they have looked absolutely electric in the search and destroy so far. And I mean, you could just see from the way that Atlanta Dazed were playing that they have, you know, the Chicago Hunted in their head a little bit. You think in the 2v1 situation, you want to make a play quickly, you want to get that bomb down, but they were so slow to do so because Chicago Hunted, they have looked so solid in this map 5 so far.
I mean, they've looked absolutely phenomenal so far. I mean, Chicago Hunted looking to close this one out and make it to a finals, but Atlanta Dazed aren't going to let that happen for free as they fight back, get a nice round on the board. Still down by 3. Looking to bounce back here. A couple of shots trading on that outside of the map, I do believe. Ooh, Frosty, got to be careful. Going to get your head ripped off there, pal, if you're not careful. But this Atlanta Dazed team playing a lot further back, knowing they have to be much more careful on defense. Ziggy, though. Ooh. Oh, he catches himself. Interesting.
That player from mid finds a good angle onto Ziggy right there, and no trade occurs as well. Frosty does a great job of not throwing away his life once they have that advantage. So now it's going to be Ungi left on this B point. Player 2, that's going to be Fern watching that underground pinch, but there is nothing to be had. Chicago Hunted still playing this slow, but it looks like they're making a move toward B, and that's going to happen now.
The move coming in nice and slowly. Going to have to fight through Ungi, though. Ungi. This guy's been very talented all series. He's going to win his ones. He gets it done. But Roopier, first one in, also winning his 1v1s as well. Not a ton of time left here, so Atlanta Dazed maybe a chance to make a play just purely off of time. But Ungi, he knows the smoke is a little bit sketch. Roopier pushing on in. Maybe his opportunity to make a play. Not a lot of time left. Takes 5 seconds to plant. Ungi is going to be here, though, to get some good damage off. His teammates are here to push on up with him. Zong with 1 kill, though. Needs a little bit more. They have to get this bomb down immediately. Atlanta Dazed trying to play the timing.
Player 2 has to get out with his life. They don't have the time to plant that bomb. Fern, get out of there. There is going to be a jump, but Fern gets away just in time. Atlanta Dazed sneak another round off the board. Ungi with some great plays in Chicago Hunted. They just move an inch too slow in that round, I think, CNK.
I mean, it's not good. Not good at all. I mean, they definitely played it way too slow right there, right? I mean, they first go for the bomb plant, like when there's only like 17 seconds left. Ungi picks up the kill, and just like that, chaos happens. And Atlanta Dazed, they take full capture of that chaos. They get a big win there. I still 2-4. They don't even need a first blood. 6 first bloods so far to the side of Chicago through 6 rounds. Looking fantastic when it comes to that stat. But Atlanta Dazed, you don't need first bloods. You just got to get trades and absolute fat W's. But now, see if they can follow it up here with a third one. It'd be massive here, but Chicago Hunted playing a little bit further back this time around to get the first blood once again.
Ungi gonna get that bomb down quick, but I'm not sure it will pay off. You see player 8. Oh, with the perfect timing, put some shots into Frosty. That's going to allow Frosty to back up. 2 big kills for Atlanta Dazed. On that other side of the map, make it a second by Ungi, leaving Frosty in the 1v3. Atlanta Dazed, they're starting to turn up here, CNK.
I mean, Atlanta Dazed is looking absolutely phenomenal right now. That was a massive offensive win right there. You make it a 1v4. I mean, instantly, basically. 1v3, sorry. But look at this. I mean, Frosty pops back up off after being on the edge of the map, and Fern just takes him down immediately. But that initial push, just to get the bomb down right away, get the timing on your side, it kind of made Chicago get a little too aggressive, right? I thought they were going to push up nice and slow, but they tried to push right on in, got taken down. And Atlanta Dazed, they bring this one right back. Once down 4-0. Now, almost tied up. 1 round away from getting this one back to even.
Yeah, kind of like you said, I love the call out of Ungi right there to just run straight on that bomb site and get that bomb down quickly, because you know how slow Chicago's been playing in the past. Now, they're kind of turning the tides. They're trying to move quickly here. They find that first blood nade kill onto Ziggy, and they're moving quick. I'm not sure which direction they're going to take with this. It looks like they're triple hitting underground, CNK. I can't believe my eyes. Quadruple hitting underground, CNK.
I mean, Atlanta's got to be so, like, freaked out right now. But look at this. It's going to get... No, it's not even going to be checked. Fern is like, okay, I'm dead, guys. You got to make a play now. Luca and Ungi have to try to make a play. Luca pushing up, though. He knows something's going down. He slams into the last, though. No one's going to spot him out. He picks up 1. He picks up a second.
Oh, my gosh.
Going to make things actually doable for Ungi here as he's in a 1v2. Now it's going to be Rootbeer and Fizzy. The duo that keeps on moving on the offensive side up against Ungi. And Ungi, he's wrapping around. This bomb's getting planted, and I think Ungi wants a little bit of the action.
Will the timing go in their favor? No, it will not. You don't get out with your life either. Chicago hunted. They put a big play into that round, and it pays off with dividends. 3-5 now. The lead is for Chicago hunted. Obviously, 3-5 curse fully in action here in this high-rise search and destroy, but Chicago hunted at semifinals point right now. They're trying to make it to finals here.
I mean, yeah, match point on the table right now. Atlanta Dazed, it's do or die. You gotta get your like 4 people underground strat going right now. Maybe 4 people on the edge of the map running around the outside. See how this goes. But bomb in hand. We'll see if Chicago hunted can get another first blood. No, finally Atlanta Dazed first blood of the map 5. We'll see if they can capitalize on that.
Smoke comes into play as well. I'm not sure whose that was, but we got a lot of interesting positionings here on the map. Player 1 and player 8 directly on top of one another. It looks like player 8 should be able to find that kill as well. They will. Root here trying to sneak his way behind this player, and they will. Fern gets cut down. The trade is there. Now, Ungi on that B bomb site. Frosty is around, but I'm not sure that Frosty knows where Ungi is. He might be able to sneak this plan.
Frosty and Fizzy are very split right now. They're on the opposite sides of the map from each other. Luke and Ungi somewhat close, but it's high rise. It's a small map. Frosty, though, he might run into Luca here. He's not careful. Both these players hunting each other down. That bomb, though, is planted. Fizzy with a massive kill. Now going to be 1v2. They have to capitalize on this advantage, though. Ungi by himself, he's going to try to run out. Oh, he's going to have a chance to make a play onto one of these players. Get some good shots off, but not enough to get the kill. Now, Chicago hunted. Have to try to get this bomb defused. Be very careful. Ooh, but look at that. Frosty trying to make a play. He's going to cover the door. The timing comes in. Ungi gets taken down. Frosty with a massive one. Chicago hunted. They get the defuse. They win in a 6-3 fashion. And just like that, the 3-2 victory in the series to take the Iron Premade semifinals. They're going to finals, baby.
Chicago hunted look absolutely fantastic in that Game 5 search and destroy. They do not let the lead slip away this time around. And like you said, they stamp their